They say to do muscle car stuff 'cause it makes you tough. Muscle car stuff, it'll make you tough.
Like that? Just made that up just now. Hey everyone, welcome back. Wanted to give you guys a new project to check out. I know we gave you a little taste of it earlier on in the channel. As you can see, we've got the motor in this thing now. It's got an LS3 427 swap in it, along with a 4L80E transmission, all of the top dollar billet goodies to go along with it. I'm getting ready to introduce you to some of the other badass pieces that are gonna go into this build. This customer has spared no expense. Without further ado, let's get you guys into the action. The 69 Camaro is getting close to being finished. This 1G DSM GSR4 Mitsubishi Eclipse from Canada is nearing completion for its 25.3 cage. If you wanna learn more about that, check out our other videos on it. This one is all about this bad boy. I don't think I introduced the make and model of this vehicle. This is a 1981 Pontiac Trans Am. It's actually an official pace car. As you can imagine, there's been a lot of modifications done to this thing. TCI front end on it, really nice Willwood brakes all the way around. This is a high caliber build. But in addition to that, we also have a drive unit kit to install from Wegner. And I've got that over here on the table. It's a really nice kit. It's got a super damper from ATI and all of the drive components to go along with it. So first things first, we need to go ahead and get this installed, and that's what we're gonna do. All right, before we even get started on the install here, I do wanna do a quick PSA. There is high temp tape that is intended to be used for powder coating, so that when you want to remove it afterward, it's easy to remove. This stuff is flaking off and a complete pain in the ass to deal with. Just, if you're gonna offer powder coated stuff, make sure that you not only remove it before delivering it to the customer, but use the correct tape, because this is not high quality work here, guys. So now I get to spend the next 30 minutes or so peeling this shit all off. Let's see how it goes. All right, so I peeled off all of that tape. It took me honestly about 25 minutes in order to do that. That's all done, so we're gonna move on to installing the crank damper. Got my ARP bolt kit along with the instructions. They highly recommend putting on anti-seize on the crank before installing the hub, so that's what I'm gonna do first. One thing ATI specifies when installing their damper is that if you're using an ARP bolt, use red Loctite and also apply high temp silicone on both sides of the washer. All right, next step, install this power steering bracket on the lower driver's side of the engine over here. So we're gonna do that.
They say that you muscle car stuff 'cause it makes you tough. Muscle car stuff, it'll make you tough.
Like that? Just made that up just now. Followed by the power steering pump. And of course, power steering pump pulley. All right, so one of the other things that the customer wanted us to do is modify the water pump connections so that they're AN style fittings. So what we're gonna do is modify these and cut a bit of length off of them so that we can weld on some AN fittings. So at this point, I've converted it all over to AN style. You can see I've done that on the water pump upper connection as well. This one I actually went ahead and painted, and now we're ready to move forward with installing this. So I'm going to go ahead and reassemble the thermostat, and then we can install this on the vehicle. And before I install this water pump onto the car, we're going to be doing all AN fittings, obviously. So we've removed the water connections on the side of the pump here, and we're going to go ahead and convert them over to AN fittings. So I've got some Teflon tape installed on these Vibrant M16 and M14, if I'm not mistaken, converted over to -8 and -10. Followed by the AC tensioner bracket. Make sure you don't forget your gasket on the other side. All right, so at this point, normally we would be installing the AC compressor, but we're still waiting on that, so we're gonna just move forward on this kit. I realize that the side shot isn't necessarily the best view for you guys, but it's the only way I can get the camera in there right now. So I just want to give you some front view perspective. The next thing we install is this rear alternator bracket. So it comes like this. Got to remove this section here, and you're also going to want to go ahead and remove the zip tie on here and this bracket as well, since it's in the way. The way they had that threaded all the way in was preventing you from being able to get this flush mounted on here. So go ahead and take these two 10mm by 25mm long bolts. All right, so here is everything installed. I have to apologize because I totally forgot to cover the installation on the AC compressor for you guys, as well as the belt. I was kind of sick during this whole deal. That happened to slip my mind while I was doing it, so forgive me. It's a pretty straightforward install when it comes to that. If you do have questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them in the comments. And yes, you probably noticed while I'm giving you a shot of how it's all assembled, there's a couple of big ass turbos over here. If you want to see more on those, be sure to follow this build, which is going to be coming up in the future. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. I look forward to showing you guys what we're going to do with this thing. This is going to be one of the sickest mirror image twin turbo setups you'll ever see on an 81 Trans Am. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.